Hey game fans, it's Roberto here doing another unboxing, and this time it is the Kickstarter exclusive, fresh off of the pallet, Core Space, the Firstborn from Battle Systems. This is a sci-fi miniatures game, as it says right on the front there. It's got an amazing piece of art on the front of the box, if you can see without the glare. Sorry about that. The tagline for the game is salvage, trade, adapt, and survive. It's got the Kickstarter exclusive sticker here, and just awesome. If you didn't get the first Core Space, this is a standalone game, so you can play it. I want to say this is meant to be played solo with this version, but you add a second crew, and you can easily play 2 players. I'm sure of it. These games are, of Core Space, are basically just Swiss Army knives. You can do whatever you want with them. If you've played a miniature skirmish game, you just keep adding to it and having a good time. I love the first Core Space. I thought it was amazing, and it scratches a lot of itches. Let's see what we got here on the side. It's Core Space, cool piece of art. Another cool piece of art on each side. Aliens, got a robot, and what looks like another a big boy alien. This box is really heavy. It's got all the Kickstarter exclusives in it, or extras. And I'll give you a little synopsis. It says, at the furthermost tip of the galaxy burns a small white star. Here lies the remnants of the Firstborn, an advanced civilizations that conquered the galaxy long ago, but were brought low by civil war. For millions of years they slept, but when the traders arrived to pick over the bones of a long dead people, the Firstborn were awoken. Fans of like Warhammer 40k, it's kind of got like your space robots. What are they called? I forget. They were like the pyramid mummy robots. But yeah, kind of got that. They woke up and ready to wreck stuff. Also says, Core Space the Firstborn is a solo cooperative sci-fi miniatures game in which your band of traders venture into the temples of the Firstborn, fanatical alien species that do not welcome intruders. The game takes place on a detailed 3D board. Your traders must explore the area, fulfill their objective, salvage what they can, and then escape back to the ship, spending their earnings on the desperately needed repairs. The exciting campaign system will track your crew from game to game, developing their skills, upgrading their equipment, and immersing you in the story. Firstborn is based on the cyberpunk bestseller Core Space, but it's fully standalone game for new and existing players alike. So let's get this bad boy open and see what's in there. But yeah, like the first game, I did not kick it, the first Kickstarter, and I don't know why I didn't kick it at the time, to be honest, because it scratches pretty much every itch I have for this type of thing. Like, I love Necromunda. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite skirmish game of all time, and that's based off of it having a creating your crews and having an interesting campaign system where you have like injuries and whatnot like that. Now this game is kind of like, if you can't get all that in, you can get like a little lighter experience and a little less intimidating, and you can get, like, I play the first Core Space with my wife a lot of games, and I never played Necromunda with her. Like, it's just too much, you know. But Core Space, you pop it open, and you're good to go. The biggest hurdle I felt with getting Core Space on the table is the amount of time it takes to set up. Now look at this. It comes with like a mouse pad game mat, and it's got like square inch, basically cubes on it for your movement. Like, the game's meant to be played with a ruler. Like, it comes with a ruler, but you don't even need it if you don't want. You can just use the square inches. The game is just, it's just so slick. It's got everything figured out. Let's move this off to the side. see what else is in this box. But yeah, so this, it looks like there where you're doing your salvaging at. And in the first game, you were on ships, and it was awesome because it's just like Cyberpunk, Cowboy Bebop, or Mandalorian, whatever whatever you're into, it's covered it. So you got your plastic bags, you got, like, they overdid everything. You got a colored little cloth sack, and this is for your search items, which is another really cool thing in the game. These are inserts for your box, I'm pretty sure, so you can make sure everything fits right. It's pretty neat. Oh, they changed up the measuring sticks to have, it's just like short and long range, I want to say. And the first one, it was it worked. It wasn't plastic like this, a clear piece of plastic, but it was cardboard. So this is definitely an upgrade. Kind of thinner. Kind of feels like you might be able to break it if you're not careful. But that's really cool. That it's just got like your long range and your short range blast on it. So that's neat. Let's look in this box because it's tightly packed right there. But yeah, so this is, I don't know, it's got like a Fifth Element, or when I seen the artwork for this, I got excited because it reminded me of a comic I really like called Fear Agent by Rick Remender and Tony Moore and Jeromo Pena, I want to say, were artists. Look at this. This looks like they upgraded the, I want to say this is the ship sheet, where you basically have little pips for what you've upgraded and what's broken. Yeah, the Black Maria, that was a ship in the first game. Oh wow. Did they the Yamato? Oh wow, they did ships for each of the crews in the first game. So the first game came with 2 crews, and then there was all these expansions for more crews, and it's just awesome because you can play with the pre-constructed crews, or you can just pick a captain, and then in between missions or during missions you recruit characters, and they can join your if you're lucky, they join your crew permanently, and they can die. The Ion Hope, or they can get captured and you have to go do rescue missions, just like any of the other really good skirmish games. What is this? Sorry about that if you're not seeing this. Is it the Poseidon? It's got a little picture of the ship, and then all the blips there. And the last one is the Skylark. I really like that one too. That one had a really beefy pirate guy with a robot arm, so very cool. All the best robot arms in sci-fi, you know. You always got to have a guy, like Cable or something, with just a robot arm. So very neat. What do we got here? Piece of plastic. Oh, I'm guessing this is what your ship slides into. Yeah, I guess so. Just pretty overdone, but I respect it. That's why we get these Kickstarters. You get all the extra goodies. Have your plastic sack, and what do we got here? Piece of tape just stopping me. Okay, so I thought this was the range ruler, but no, this is, I want to say you put in the basically the level of danger you're in, and it'll be a piece of art that goes on this side, and then you'll put pips in here of little plastic to keep track of the turn you're on. Core Space utility board, so you got a little how to use your utility boards instructions. So what's really cool is it's just so many little toys, not just the miniatures. you get little crates that you fill up with your loots, and in the line of fire. So this looks like it's an expansion of some sort. And yeah, here's what I was talking about. So you get a little crate, and you'll put your little treasure chits in there, and then you blindly will pick them when you're doing treasures hunting, scavenging, and then you'll just rearrange the stuff in your item board with what you find. Hopefully it's better loots and whatnot and credits and stuff. So Fury and the Insane God, this was another one of the stretch goal campaigns that was added. So these, I don't know if these are all going to be in the core box, but since this was the Kickstarter, they came with a bunch of goodies. Ships of Disrepute, and this looks like another campaign, so that's pretty cool. And what's in here? Reputation Band. So there's all kinds of tables, and like the initial game, if you just get the core box, you're probably set for a really long time. But if you start getting all the expansions, so the Firstborn, read this first. Look at this, it's a big one compared to one of these mini ones. You're good for a long time, let's just say. The first one came with a 2-player campaign, and here you go. It looks at what's inside the box here, full color, and basically you're just doing some space adventuring. You know, like I said, if you like Cowboy Bebop or Mandalorian, anything like that, cyberpunk stuff, or the Expanse, it scratches all those itches. If you like any of that stuff, you'll probably like that. If you like tabletop skirmish games, even more so, because it's just a slick game. Now, no, this was the rulebook. No, this is just the get started rulebook. It comes with your nice, full rulebook with painted ideas for you, and but yeah, this probably covers everything. There was a deluxe rule book, and that I really liked for the first one, because it had rules on how to make your own teams and how to do some extra stuff, just extra rules, like if you want to jump through windows and do crazy stuff like that, or just whatever you want to add to your game. That's what the whole motto of this company is. It's just keep a sandbox that you can just keep adding to. Now, this looks like it's one of the expansion stretch goal miniatures, and these are the character boards. So these are cool because you'll get like a piece of art that goes here, and then whatever class, you'll get to customize the character with the class, and then your experience points and hit points and your bullets are the bottom ones, and you get one for each of your crew members. And then this tall dude, wow. And I appreciate that he's even colored plastic, because I paint all my stuff because I'm a big hobby nerd. But if you don't get around to it, you have a colored plastic. I just think it's fun. Like if you don't paint this stuff and you got some colored plastic, it at least looks fun on the table. As long as it's not all gray, I like it. Got some cards, so it's an event deck, and this basically spices up your turns. Every turn, basically, you'll have something interesting happening. Be it you might catch a lucky break, and the defense system of your ship will help you out, or more often than not, it's just bad stuff. You know, I should have brought my X-Acto knife. Was not thinking. Was too excited about the new game. Anyways, thought I got it. So, is it all event cards? It is. So, like, let's look at an example. Reality shift, and it tells you when it happens. It'll be from patrol to cleanse, and that must be new statuses of the turn. So what just happened? The traders feel a sudden sickening shift, as if the asteroid's gravity had failed. You feel like something is different now. Roll your knowledge die and apply the effects as follows. 1 to 2, choose 2 traders at random and swap their position so they just move around. Or 3 to 4. The 3 firstborn closest to the traders are each scattered 3 times. If there are not enough firstborn in play for each one that you cannot scatter, scatter an arc instead. See, I don't even know what an arc is, but yeah, so you're randomly moving your NPCs. That's so cool. And then 5 or 6, choose a stasis pod at random. Add 3 random standard equipment tokens to it, even if they already have some. So basically every turn something cool will happen, and that's just neat. It adds to just your game experience, your storytelling. It's just fun. It's like win or lose. You're telling a good story. Characters are dying or recruiting new people. It's always fun. So you'll build your board with these. These are like your connector pieces. And like I said, building it is fun. It's just time consuming, and I don't have that much free time. So I love playing the game, but I kind of have to plan it out. Like my kid's taking a nap. If I want to play it at night, I kind of just got to figure it out. You know, like I want to get it on the table. It takes equal time, I want to say. It might take you half an hour to build the game, and it might take an hour to play. Sometimes it's shorter or longer. You never know. But the more familiar you are with the pieces, the easier it is to build. But that first game, pre-prepared for like an hour or 90 minutes of just trying to figure out everything before you even get playing. It can be a deal breaker, man. You play a solo game just so you don't scare off all your friends or your significant other, whoever you're trying to play it with. But look at this. Cool piece of art. Like I said, I liked the characters have like this orange look to them, because that reminds me of like Fear Agent, which is a really cool comic if you never checked out. Okay, here goes the little pegs that you'll put in your boards for everything. Look at this. It's just packed with stuff. You want some Dune monsters or Tremors? There you go. That's a stretch goal, so that's cool. And I want to say they just pack that in every box now. Don't quote me on it, but I think so. Then your crew. You got a robot dude. Let's see. Look at that. He just looks like he's a data entry robot guy. You got your cool, just mechanic, engineer, adventurer looking guy. He's got a cap on. Look at, I don't know if this is I think it's a girl, but whatever. She's got weapons coming off of her back. Very cool. And then this Hoss. Just very, very cool. And the first one, you never know. Like, this guy could just be a hacker for all I know. Like, they get the huge characters and they really toss it up. And you can, even if it is a bruiser, you could give him like the hacking job just because, like, if it's one of the options. And I thought that was really cool. And they also had like big aliens that were just like kind of mindless and needed like a handler and stuff. So these are hunters, and I want to say they were a stretch goal for the Kickstarter. I wonder if they're coming in every box now, but they look awesome. And I want to, and the NPCs were so interesting because, like, say this would be an NPC running around, getting in your way, shooting at you, but if stuff gets hairy, it might be shooting at the monsters. And then you roll right, talk them into joining your crew. Like, look at it's just so much fun. The first one was all robots that you were fighting, and they were just the purge. They were taking everything over. So this is, I don't know the story for these guys yet, since they just showed up, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Look at these things. They come with clear flight bases. That's pretty neat. So a lot going on there. Look at this. A whole bag of more characters. This is just probably more NPCs that you can join. So that's just the neatest thing. The civilians, they join your crew, or they try and rob you or they sell you stuff or whatever, you know, like the story, you roll randomly and then stuff happens. And I'm a creature of chaos. I love that type of stuff. I don't know what this is, but some came off of his stand here, and you, I don't know, whatever. Very cool. Let's see. They do a good job too of like giving you more than one sculpt. Like you get all these guys, and they might be the same. They might have the same job, but like all the villains, they'll have different different sculpts, which is fun to paint. It looks cool on the table, dynamic, and just kind of interesting. So, yeah, these guys are awesome in hand. When I seen the artwork originally for the new villains, I was like, yeah, kind of generic. I don't know, but they grew on me. And then when you see how ambitious the company is at battle systems, like they just love games. They're just cranking this stuff out. They're making really cool terrain, and this terrain is another selling point. I'll show you the terrain in a second. Is that you don't have to be a good painter for your table to look good. Like you can, it's just cardboard that slides together. Look at this guy's reaching for the stars. I don't know if this was an expansion because it wasn't. Usually the core box stuff has a slot for your tray, right? So they just got some extra stuff jammed in here, and I'm betting it's one of the expansions that was a stretch goal. And the exclusives, I want to say, like for the Kickstarter, they pack them in here, and if you kick during that time, you'll get it. But they'll re-release them as standalone expansions that you can just pick up. So look at this. Look at these Hoss. These dudes are huge. Let me grab one of the. Look at that. Let's see. Your adventurer, and he's supposed to fight these metal blade armed aliens. That's just awesome. And what's cool is the time crunch in the game too. Like you're just trying to get as much stuff as you can, but the time's running against you. The longer the game goes, the more enemies show up, and it just gets worse. Everything just gets worse, and it's so much fun. This new board, this wasn't a part of the first one, so I don't even know what this does. Looks like it's got a place for art and then some pips, so I don't know. I don't know if it's an NPC board or what. Maybe. We'll see. And there's another small one. That's pretty cool. Yeah, your colored pips. And ooh, looks like they jazzed up the dice a little bit. I want to say the dice were like white and black, and they were red. I want to say in the first one, but they weren't like, these look marbled. So let's see. And they got special icons. It's like a shoot, a hit, a blank, bad. Like that's like a jam. Your guns jam, and they basically become unusable after a while. You just toss them away, but hopefully you're near some other stuff, or you got something in your backpack that you can replace it with. I don't even know what these new dice do. These were like the normal ones, and then I want to say, okay, this was like the NPC dice. It's just kind of, they got the new icons on it now, but you roll a d6, and then that would be your NPC's AI, which was just cool. Then I think what really makes the game, if none of that sold you, well then I don't know, it's not the game for you. But I would say like I said, the biggest downside is this. These are, and by downside, it's not bad. It's just time consuming, and it's really cool when you get this set up and you look at it on your table for the first time. You will be like, wow, I want to play this game a lot, and it's very fun. But it's just a setup, man. And maybe it's just because if I was like 16, had all the time in the world, nothing to do, man, this game would get crushed. I would destroy this thing in like a month. You know, just play. But I've got a couple of disposable hours here or there at best, and setup is a real hurdle for me. But man, is it fun! And these are double-sided, so these are like the wall tiles. You'll combine these along with, this is like their battle system. Their battle system, that's what it is. That's what they call a battle system. You'll use these pegs, to kind of just build your town. Each of the missions will have its own, like, let me see. So to have a setup, you'll have to, here's half the battle, trying to figure out what the map, how the map should go, and then you'll get good at it eventually. But if you don't play too often, then you know you'll have to relearn how to put these together after a while. But yeah, it comes with a ton of cardboard, and you'll build each level differently. And then say you get through all the missions, there's tons of fan-made missions, and then they never stop supporting. Like there was weekly missions, I think they call them like Monday missions or something, on their website. So if you're running out of campaigns, like fodder missions to do, you can just add a new one or play a new one, continue your adventures, start a new one, and it's just so cool. Just so cool. Like, make your own. You know, you balance your own, see how it works. But yeah, so they give you lots of, and this just looks kind of like you got your Prometheus like action going on here, where kind of a forgotten relic of a racer ship, and it's got its own thing, like stuff's overgrown here. What does it all mean? I don't know. The first one was like straight up just you're on a ship, and that was super cool because it just looked like a lived-in like cyberpunk ship. And look at this. These are cool because you got like your tanks of goo and experiments and stuff, and the doors. Everything is so cool because it's got the doors that open. It's all cardboard, but if you take the time, you can punch the stuff out and then open and close the doors. So it's so much fun. And then you got with little fire effects. That wasn't even the first one. But the more expansions you got, the more your game got crazier. Like there was like a robot expansion that had kind of like the robots' walls became overrun with like they gooed the work stuff, kind of like xenomorphs and the aliens stuff. But all right, here we go. And here's all your treasure chits. Like there's a lot there. You're just looking at crazy numbers, and they all might have different abilities. You gotta like really look it up. But yeah, that's part of the pain of putting it together. It's so much fun on the table, but you have to separate all the chits, put them in treasure boxes, and then after that, it's after the hour of doing that, then it's go time. All right, and here's the villain board. That looks cool. You got like your double-sided bounty hunters. So yeah, so it looks like if you want, you can use the bounty hunters as, you can recruit them. If not, if they're your enemies, here's their stats. And then here goes some more. This, I don't even know what these are. Prospectors. That's pretty cool. The villain boards. There's so much. It's like so much is different. They add new crews. We got Marine, Crewman was an old one, Machine, Tech, Hunter, and Support. And they all have their own like abilities that you'd have to look at the abilities tables to see what they all do, but then you'll use like dry erase and then click for your experience to pick what you want. So cool. More weapons, just keeps going. And I think that's just another sheet of terrain. But yeah, I hope you picked it up, because if not, you can get it probably in a couple months, if not soon. It might not have all the same stuff. Like, it might be a trimmed down version, because I don't know if they put all the stretch goals in every box. But very cool. I can't, like, if you like sci-fi or any of the stuff I named, Necromunda, any skirmish type games, it's worth a shot. It is, I wouldn't say it's the heaviest game, but it is, like, it's definitely got some crunch to it. Time consuming, but so much fun. Anyways, thanks for watching. My name's Roberto. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me if you picked it up. Tell me if you love Core Space, or if you had never tried it, or whatever. Anything to talk about Core Space, I love it. I wish you just had more time to play more. Regardless, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.